Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Wednesday night. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, you're tuned in to Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. And tonight we're playing Farming Simulator 22. Farming Simulator 22. Whoops, having a flashback there. Farming Simulator 25 base game. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. This is episode 3 in our Twitch live stream series for Farming Simulator 25. And again, I just want to welcome you to the channel, welcome you to the stream. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. As you can see, we're kind of here on the main farm, kind of hanging out. Because one of the things I haven't done that much in the first 2 episodes is I didn't kind of showcase one of the cool new features of Farming Simulator 25 that we did not have in 22, and that is the third-person view we have here. This is my avatar, if you will. We call him Mr. Cooley Farm Guy. But this is the Bose 831 Farm Guy. So say hi to the people, Bose 831 Farm Guy. All right, and this is my wardrobe of choice for right now for the Bose 831 Gaming Farm Guy. And before we kind of get into it again, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight, checking me out. And I kind of want to do a setup before we get started tonight. Off camera, I've been working contracts a little bit. As you can see now, my account balance is up to $195,774. I don't know what it was. I have to go back and look at the previous video to see what my balance was when we left at the end of the last episode. Also, I had kind of a catastrophic event happen on the last game, and I say game save because that was the issue, is that I forgot to save the game and jumped out of the game before I had saved. But thankfully, I was able to pick it back up, because all we were doing were going through some of the tutorial missions. So thankfully I really didn't lose that much, but I made a kind of very much a catastrophic mistake in forgetting to save the game coming out. But it was also just a kind of a cascade of errors, though, because one other thing I did while I was when I discovered that mistake that I had made, I was also working contracts at the time, and I had picked up a root contract. And we found one of the important or major bugs or issues with the game right now currently, in that if you are working root contracts, your equipment that you have is super limited. Like, we can go here in this menu. You go down to the harvesting menu. You can see these are your root crop harvesting devices that you have here. You see one. This is a 1 meter apparatus. That's a 1 meter device. This device is larger, but if you use it for the lease it through the contract, it's okay. But if you were to buy this machinery, it would really set you back, and you have to work very hard to make that money back and make a profit. So you still want to lease that machine, and this is for green beans. Again, another carrots, and that's a 1 meter harvester there. So not only will it take forever, but and that's really just it. It'd take forever, and we're not doing that on the live for sure. And this one, there's just to show there are some bugs with this whole thing. Here you have an $8,999 contract for harvesting red beet, but there's no vehicles showing up there, so you don't even know what the items are on that one. Here's another 1 meter harvester, carrots. This is a cotton one. We might look at that. We haven't done cotton yet in the game. Here's another 4,001 for cotton. But my point is the root crops. Here is the device. I still have struggled with how, as a single player, I'm supposed to use this device. I have not been able to successfully use this device the way it is intended to be used. For, at least in my mind, this is a 2-player device. I've heard or read online that you can do this as a solo player, but I haven't been very successful in getting it to work properly. So I have not used this, but this is a 3-meter root crop harvester, but like I say, I've had a lot of issues even getting it to work. Still haven't figured it out yet, so there's that. So basically, as far as root crop harvesting contracts go, most of them we're not going to pick those up until we get a modded vehicle out to help us. One, harvest root crops faster. Two, at a width that's greater than 1 to 3 meters, or even if we have one that's 3 meters, a more user-friendly piece of machinery, and one that has a higher capacity or rate of pickup. Because even on this device here, this one has a capacity of about 5,000 liters, and the issue with this, aside from the 1 meter width, is the 5,000 liter capacity means this device is going to be filling up super frequently. You know, you're not going to be able to do anything else for the time it takes, and depending on the size of the field, if this, you could still be tied up for easily an hour or more just on a small field. So imagine what it's like on a larger field. Like this one right here is on field 70, which doesn't appear to be that big, but that's probably easy an hour or more right there, just based on what I'm seeing right here. Probably more. Because again, I've done some testing with this offline, and I also ran into another bug, and I know this is another little buggy glitch that I had, where there's some issue between the menus where they kind of get like stuck, because here between active and new, I had a contract because I mistakenly picked up a root contract with the let me show you here, with this machine here, and then once I realized I wasn't going to be able to complete it in time, I canceled the contract. And normally when you cancel a contract, you go to this screen here to the active contracts. Let's go back up here and I'll show you. You go to the active contracts, and then on this screen, you'll see your cancel contract. It'll appear in a separate section on this screen where it'll show your cancel contracts. Then you highlight your cancel contract, and then there'll be a button that pops up on the bottom of the screen where you select cancel. And then that contract is supposed to go away. But what was happening, I get an error message every time I tried to do that. And I could not clear that contract. And then I kept messing around with it and trying to figure it out until I got to the point where I would come back to this screen and I had one active contract, and then I had 2 canceled contracts as I was messing around trying different things, trying to get it figured out and see what was going on. And then it's like the game saw multiple contracts in the background, but I couldn't see them on the screen, but the game was counting because it kept giving me this error message about that I had the max available contracts, because you only have 3 contracts active at one time, but I only saw 1 active contract on the screen, and I was able to delete one of the cancel contracts, but I still had 1 canceled on here that I couldn't remove because I kept getting the error message, and it was just really crazy. But I finally got it figured out. But what I had to do was I had to kind of like bounce between active and new, and I had this weird little glitch where the active and new were basically appearing on the same screen, but I was able to click on the new contract that was actually the cancel contract, and then I had the cancel button popped up on this screen, and I was able to hit cancel, and then it went away, and it finally cleared. But so obviously there's still some little bugs and glitches in this game that they gotta really get figured out here. But overall, I'm still pretty happy with the game so far. There's a ton of things that I haven't even really got into yet off camera, so there's a lot to discover. And right now, I'm playing like at least somewhat how I did in 22 when I first started out. In my previous series, we just kind of grinded out contracts because right now we don't have enough money. I know that's not per se something that's fun to watch online in a series. But when you're doing it live, I'm not pre-recording and cutting stuff up and all those kind of different things. So that's just how my series is. And I know you got some other guys out there that, have more fancy setups and they're doing editing of their videos, and they're able to do super cuts and all this other kind of fancy stuff. But with me, you just get straight up what it is. And, for those guys that appreciate that, as I go through it, real time, trial and error, all that good stuff, that's what you get with me. Now, if you want to watch some of the other guys, that's cool. But if you want to see the real deal and watch me, as I go through my own growing pains live and in real time, that's what you come here to watch me for. So, so if you're hanging with me, I appreciate it. Now, if you're catching me on YouTube because I do upload my episodes to my series on YouTube in their entirety most of the time, unless I have some issues with getting disconnected or other things outside of my control or stuff like that. Then you're still getting it real time, just the whole thing pre-recorded, but it's still uncut in its entirety. I'm still putting the whole live stream up and not really doing too much with it right now. Now, once my channel begins to grow a little bit and we get into some other things, then I'll look at probably doing some more pre-recorded videos. But right now, I'm kind of working, with what I got to I kind of grow a little bit, and I could justify, some of the other expenses and things that I need in order to get to the point where I'm doing some of the more fancy stuff, and and we have higher production quality and all those other good things. All right, but that's where we're at now. So right now we're just gonna go ahead, and I'm sorry I'm just kind of rambling, talking right here. We're gonna go ahead and pick up some contracts, and I was kind of thinking out loud. This is the biggest contract that we have available, but I don't want to use that piece of equipment because we'll be here until 10 days from tomorrow trying to I know how to do this. I'm actually very apt at using the claw, or what do you call it? I can't even think of the word what you want to call it now, but the claw for picking up the logs and moving them around, it just takes a lot of time, and that's not something we want to get into right now. There are faster ways to do that, and that's what I was kind of looking at before I got sidetracked here and ran out of time, as we had to go ahead and pick it up and go live. But I kind of wanted to look at the forestry equipment that's in the game. I know Giants has promised that that a lot of equipment that did not make it into the game release is going to be released as mods, but so far they haven't really dropped a lot of that stuff yet. I hope they hurry up and do, because right now, even though with some of the base game equipment, it's a little bit disappointing, at least to me, because there's some machines that have been in previous versions of Farming Simulator that I like to use that have been around in every release since about 17, and a lot of that stuff's missing right now. So hopefully we'll see some of that stuff back in the game shortly, soon. We did get a bunch of mods today, as you can see now. If we go back to the screen here, does it show? Yeah, is it on this screen? Well, it's not showing the count here, but you can see we're up to 34 mods now. I think on our last episode we had about 15 mods, so there were a few more mods released. Let's see here. This is screen. Still a lot we got to learn about how some of this stuff works. We see here on this map, we got a max slot count of 3,500, and we've already used 1,183 of the 3,500 possible slots. I don't know if that will be an issue as we move forward on this map, but so far we're not having to worry too much about slot count. But I haven't really got into that much yet. We haven't really bought a lot of equipment. We haven't really built a lot of buildings. We haven't done a lot of things yet. But again, still getting sidetracked here. Let me go. I want to go to the forestry equipment. Let me see where that's at. Let's see, because I'm going to try. I'm looking at possibly doing that contract, but I want to use a different piece of equipment to make that contract go a little faster here. Let me see if I can find it. Is it on the forestry? Harvesters, miscellaneous, wireless. No, because that's the same thing. But this is a tractor that is part of that contract, and I'm pretty good with using this, but it's still slow, too slow. So what we want to do, let's go to our telehandlers here, if I can find them. Where I'm still trying to get used to these menus, so bear with me here. Where are your telehandlers? I don't even know what menu they're under yet. I gotta wrap my brain around that. There we go. Loaders. Here we go. Loaders. It's on the loaders. And we could get a front loader, but they're tend to be more expensive. We still want to keep it on cheap, for that contract, because we're getting 10 G's out of that contract, but we don't want to burn all our cash in, the lease. This is a piece of equipment I like to use a lot. The Mantu MLT 841 145 PS Plus, and you see it's 141 horsepower. Manual power shift, 24 miles an hour, so on and so forth. Let's see what else we got here. This is a new piece of equipment here. This Sin Bogan 340G. Let's check this guy out. I'm not familiar with this guy, and this is a little smaller, more compact piece of equipment. Let's see what your options are. Tires. I'm I'm partial to Michelin, so you'll see me select Michigan, Michelin, or Continental a lot of times, but usually Michelin first. What are your options on wheel setup? Okay, if you're Continental, you have standard, standard 2, standard, okay, BKT, standard, standard 2, Bernstein, standard, standard 2. Trelleborg has no options. So we'll go to Michelin, standard. All right, so that's a 145 if I lease that, which is a little bit more. I'm trying to save as much money as possible, but let's go kind of go through some of the base game telehandlers that we have. We got the Fendt Cargo T740. We have the Merlot. I think this is an electric one, right? No, this is 170 horsepower, and this is a new brand too. Sure. All right, and that one's 149. So that one's actually a little cheaper than the Fendt. And then we have the Schaefer 9660 T2. And this has the crab steering, which I hate, to be honest. It's really kind of hard to navigate, so I'm not even going to mess with that one. For right now, I'm going to go with the one that I'm more familiar with. I want to make sure that's 126, 160 horse, 141 horsepower, 136 horsepower, 136, 170. For 10,000 more, you're getting more horsepower here. But how much difference does that make on the lease? I don't know if I need that extra horsepower. What's the top speed on that one? That one goes, they all go up to 24. And that's a big jump in horsepower. So we'll probably do this one here just in case I need those few extra horses. We'll go to our Michelin tires. All right, and we're going to go ahead and lease this bad boy now. Oh gosh, that's 7,000. That's almost all the money from the contract. Oh wow. So that means I'm only going to get probably $3,000 from that contract, but I still kind of want to show it off. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I hate to eat up most of my profits from that contract like that, but we'll go. All right, back, and we want to go to combinations, and we're looking for the log fork for this one. Now, I've seen a guy online using the manure fork for the logs in this scenario. And I'm going to give that a go as well. If it fails miserably, we'll be doing some driving around, and I have pie in my face, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So we're going to lease the manure fork. Yes. All right. So let's pop over to the shop and go grab that vehicle. And here's another thing that we have here that's weird. Now, I can't get rid of this stuff. We have a cultivator and a weight from a contract that was canceled, but the equipment didn't disappear. I don't know what to do with that. So it's still there, just occupying space. So there's that. And I don't want to 86 this save game to make that go away. So it's just a necessary evil for right now, but this is another example of the broken contract issues that I was talking about that we've been having. Because I can't return this equipment because there's no option in the menus. I can't sell it. I can't do anything with it, but it's here. All right. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and accept this contract, the Farmland 92. And we're going to go to the map. Oh, snap. There's one critical piece of equipment that I forgot for this contract that might cost us a little bit. As I'm thinking out loud, and just bear with me here, guys. That's why we were in the forestry section. My bad. My mistake. we're going to need a transport trailer for the logs. All right. All right, and this guy right here probably will serve that purpose. Yep, so that's all my contract money right there. All right, so we're not going to make no money off of this, but I still want to kind of showcase what it is so you can kind of see different ways to do logging contracts in the future, but you're probably going to need to buy your equipment. And once you have this equipment, and you're going to need a if you're doing animals, you're going to have a telehandler anyway. So once you do have a telehandler owned on the farm, this will be good to have. And I'm just going to showcase a different way of doing things. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see. Also, if I can get this guy to. One other thing I have been testing off camera is I finally figured out how to use this system here. Let me see if I can get it to work now. But to use my AI workers to kind of drive to the destinations and different little things. Let's go here. We're going to go to create job, I think it was. And where am I? And then you go to your vehicle. And we want to set destination. And where are we trying to go? We're trying to go to here. Alright, so we got it. And he's going to attempt to drive to that marker indicator that I have there. And I guess while he's doing that, we can try to stack up other contracts while we're waiting on him to arrive at the destination. Because we're already going to kind of lose money on that contract. I guess another contract will pick up right now. And for this one, we'll just borrow items, and that looks close to the shop, and that's a mowing contract on field 45, so we'll go ahead and borrow items on that one. Okay. All right, and so we're looking for this one. We're looking for field 45, which I thought was nearby. All right. And it kind of is, but we got to go do the whole ferry bit. Alright, so we're going to use the ferry on this one. While the other guy's trying to make that drive. And we'll come back and check on him a little bit, because sometimes you do have issues with when you have the traffic turned on where guys get stuck and all kind of weird stuff like that. Because the traffic is very aggressive driving, so they will pull out in front of other vehicles and block other vehicles, and the AI doesn't know how to handle that. So it's kind of like one of those AI versus AI situations. And the aggressive car bots always win. Alright, it says the AI worker has completed his task, so he's already there, allegedly, or either that, he's blocked somewhere. But we'll kind of take a look at that momentarily. Uh-oh. Alright, so we're here. We're going to go ahead and start the ferry. Oh, we got a barge crossing, so we can't. We have to wait on that, so while we're waiting on that, we'll just go ahead and hop over and see where our other guy is at. Is he on site? He is on site. Close enough. So we just got to figure out where the logs are located at, and then we'll go ahead. I can't see a thing. I can't see a thing. Okay, there's the logs straight ahead. Alright. And that's a lot of logs. Now I want to try to get all this in one trip so we don't have to make multiple trips. So this one should be interesting. Alright, so doesn't look like we have a lot of crazy elevations and whatnot, so I'm just going to kind of bring it down here and let me see if I can kind of get the fork up. Not that one. That's in and out. Okay. There you go. Open. Alright, so then we want to close it. Alright. 3 logs is not ideal. That's so I'm glad we only end up with 2. One of them fell off. Picking up 3 is kind of a non-starter. So get those 2 to fall back. Alright, so there we go. So now we got the logs up, but we need to extend the arm. So we want to go here and want to right stick up and extend the arm out a little bit. And that gets the logs up and over. Alright, so now we can kind of bring that down and bring that down a little bit like so. And then we should be able to open the, oops, wrong direction. I'm going to go here, I think. No, it's both this one. And then we do right. No, that's that. I want to go here. No, that's up and down. Side to side. There we go. Right. Trying to see which one opens it. Right, left, up, down. Alright, left bumper is side to side, up, down. And you hold both of them. Okay, where's the one where we open the mouth? Okay, that side, there we go. This right bumper. Alright, so there's your first 2. Alright, so it's still a little tricky. But this is still faster than using the other log fork that we normally use for these type of contracts and the equipment that they make available to you for completing this type of contract. So we're going to go ahead and drop that one now. Alright, there's 1, there's 2. And we're going to try to see if we can get the 2 logs again. Bear with me a little bit. I'm a little bit rusty here. I used to be able to do this stuff like clockwork. Yeah, I'm pushing the whole stack and that's not good. Alright. Alright, so we go right and get the teeth down. And I want to get 2, but we're only getting 1. Alright, let's see if we can open that up. Alright, we got it to fall in there correctly. Alright, so that was that one open. And we just let them kind of fall in there, and then we can kind of close that up. And if we want to kind of fine tune, we can kind of come in here and kind of like raise and lower and kind of try to dress them down a little bit, and kind of do the logs around a little bit. Still not happy with that result, but kind of get it to do what we want it to do. Alright, so there you go. Alright, so let's do one more, and then we'll kind of jump back over to our mowing contract, and we'll pick up one other contract because we can have those running while we're manually doing the logs, you know, and get hire worker. So go ahead. Alright. Alright. We didn't get 2 successfully, but we do have the 1. We'll just rock with the 1. Alright, and we're not even going to go through all those gyrations of driving all around. Literally just turn right here, pick it up, and just bring it right on over. Alright, so there's that. Alright, and I want to try to get as many of these logs on the first load as I can, if not all of them. I don't know if we'll be able to get all of them, but we're going to try our best to kind of get the gist of what my angle is here for using this particular log fork for this process. Alright, it's open. See if we can open the forks there. The logs do not want to play here this time. Not happy with that. So these may be a problem. I'm going to try my best to drop them on there and hope they don't give me too much trouble. Try to drop them on there, and hopefully they'll get right when we try to roll them off, but it's going to be tricky, and that's the problem, is the second log has a weird angle to it. Yeah, I don't like this at all. You know, alright, that one dropped, and that one dropped, and they kind of rolled into place, thankfully. They're not pretty, but it's there. Alright. I can kind of clean that up a little bit. What we'll do here, I should be able to do this without too much trouble. We're going to go ahead and see if we can kind of neatify these logs a little bit. Got those. Push them up a little bit. Alright, there you go. Alright, we need to come from the other side because we're pushing the stack too far towards this way, and I'm soon going to run out of space to operate from this side, and I don't want to box myself out. So I don't have room to operate once we get too far down. So I want to come this side now, raise that up. So before I jump away, let's do one grab from this side. There we go. Alright, so we got 2 logs this time. And we just gotta be, it would be real easy going around. Hopefully we won't upset them too much. Get them on the trailer without too much trouble. There we go. And this is how this looks from first person view. And we talked about this in some of my other series. There are some players, hardcore players, that are more into realism and playing, and they play exclusively in first person view. For me, that's not my bag, because I find that a bit more difficult, because you don't get some of the feedback that you would get in real life, so it just makes it that much harder. So I don't enjoy that as much, but I do use it from time to time. Alright, that was not how I, oh no, dagnabbit, that was not the ideal result that I wanted to happen right there. Bad. I got distracted when this other log fell over and didn't land the way I wanted it to, and that's my bad, my mistake, but we can kind of hopefully clean this up a little bit. I guess. Let's see here. Back. Yes. All right. There's that one. Alright, trying to get this log up. Alright, there we go. Boom. Alright, so we got that one log. Alright, but you get a gist of what we're going to do with the logs here. I do believe we're going to be able to get most, if not all, of the logs in this stack on the trailer and do this in one load. My only other caveat or concern is once we get the trailer loaded, if the telehandler has enough power to pull the trailer, the loaded up logs, that is the only thing that just hit me I'm thinking about here, and that might be an issue because of the horsepower of the telehandler and such. Alright, we got 3 here, but I don't think that's gonna hold up. With that many logs, I don't want to have to drive too far. Alright, got that. One of the 3 logs is already starting to kind of move around a little bit, so we won't be able to hold this load for long. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. We're going to move carefully and slowly up, and I hope like heck I can get this stack up high enough. Once I do that, we won't be balanced. With an unbalanced load, there are other concerns we have. There it is. All right. There we go. I don't like how they fell, and we still need to kind of clean that up a little bit. They are on there. They're not neat at all. Let's see if I can probably push this. Push a couple of them. Alright, so we got this one log here that's going to be a problem here because we didn't get it all the way up on the fork right here. Alright, let's go ahead and put some bands on that, just in case. And I'm not happy with the stack. It definitely looks like we're going to have to make multiple trips. But we'll get back to that momentarily. Let's go ahead and get the mower situated. So we call the ferry. Alright, so the ferry should be on the way. You can't see it just yet a little bit because of the fog, but it is moving. And there it is. You can see it now. Alright, we're going to go ahead and hop in the tractor. Alright, the ferry has arrived. We just gotta wait on the gate to open. And there's the gate. And then we just ride through. Alright, now we're on the ferry. And once we're on the ferry, we hit this left joystick to start the ferry. It's a pretty foggy day today, so we can't really see that much in either direction. That's still pretty cool. Never had fog in this game before, so that's one of the new graphical features. We just gotta wait for the gate to open and we can move. So lock for movement until the ferry comes to a full stop. Then we're running into traffic here. That guy came out of nowhere. These roads are super narrow. They're two-way roads, but they're super narrow. This is supposed to be a USA map, but it's clearly a European map with USA elements applied to it, because USA would never really have roads this narrow. Here we are. So I would call this a USA inspired map more than a USA map. So we'll fold the mower out here. For this one, normally we do headlamps, but I'm just going to see if the AI worker can kind of figure all that stuff out himself. Supposedly for 25, these workers, AI is supposed to be new and improved, so we're going to see right now. See how he does. messing around a little bit. Setup, there he goes, and he's off. Okay, so let's go to contracts. What else do we have out here that we can do? What's that? 6,000. Well, that's harvesting. Uh, that's cotton. 8,000. Nope. 5,000 for green beans. That would also take a while, and that's on field 20. That's also on the other side of the river. What else do we have? 4,000 on a fertilizing contract, and that's on the other side of the river. 3,000 for cultivating. All right, 2641. So I guess the next one would be this. But the fertilizing ones, you don't make a lot of profit either, because after you buy the fertilizer, there's not a whole lot left over, and you don't know. You kind of have to estimate how much fertilizer you might need. That's a 7.1 acre field, so you don't know right off the top how many big bags of fertilizer you might need. We're gonna go ahead and see that we're still having that issue that I was talking about earlier, because I only have 2 active contracts. Okay, why is the blue line contract saying I'm expired? Okay, this is crazy right now. So I'm still having an issue with the contracts. It's becoming clearer to me now that this save game may be broken and unsalvageable. So I may have to reboot this whole thing and start from scratch, because I really don't know what's going on here now that this contract is showing it's expired. What is my time scale on this game here? See, my time scale is only 3x, so I don't know that contract I just started it. Like, why is it expired already? All right, this is a bit frustrating, guys. Yeah, it's because I invested in leasing this equipment, and now you've expired the contract on me, so I've lost all the money from that lease. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to kind of come back and restart this whole series offline, and then we'll kind of have to base it up, or maybe I just restart it now, because what's happening now, I don't even know how to address it. I think that's what we're gonna do. This is not working for me, and I don't know what we have here going on at the shop. We got contracts expired. We got the game telling me that stuff is happening that's not there. Like, we got this stuff at the shop that's mysteriously there that I don't know how to get rid of. That is obviously associated with a contract that I can't see, but the system sees it on the back end. So this game is bugged out, and I'm not gonna unbug it, because here, if we do collect, the mission was collected. And this kind of sucks, because this is not the way I wanted to start off the series. Not the way I wanted to start off in my gameplay for 25, but we got stuff going on here in this early release that's really bugged out as far as contracts are concerned. Now I have to wonder if this one's gonna do some kind of weird expired thing. Alright, so I'm just gonna see something here. Oh no, I pressed the wrong thing. Alright, I blew that already. No, what we're gonna do, guys, I'm gonna jump out and we're gonna come back in. This is garbage. We're not gonna save the game. We're gonna quit the game. Yep. All right. So we're gonna come back in, and there's the 34 mods that I was talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and just load back in. And what you're getting now is some of the beauty of when you're doing stuff real time. I still don't know what's going on with that contract stuff. I still don't know how to get rid of the equipment that's at the shop. I'm not to the point yet where I'm ready to kill this save game and restart, but I'm close. I'm very close. I'm trying to do my best to try to keep the save game, but some of the bugs that are occurring now, me being on console, I don't know if I have an adequate workaround. Because here I still loaded this save game, and we still got this equipment here, which is equipment from a contract, but I can't get rid of it. So, and it says it's rented by me. Same with this. But if we go here to the vehicles menu, which is where that should appear, the only thing I see is my leased trailer, which is this guy right here, the FarmTech DDK 2400. So if we go to hand tools, nothing there. Finances, stats, prices, vehicles. So whatever I got leased should show up here. And if we go here to the tractor, let's just stop that. I can't cancel it. Now how I got it before is I was in the active menu and I just kind of was tabbing through the contracts until I saw a cancel pop up. Let me see if we have that option here now. Accept power items. Because there's something happened weird on the back end where these menus are kind of overlapping and connected, and there's some stuff going on, weird stuff going on between these screens. I don't see it here. Alright, so Alright, so like I was discussing earlier, if I take this over to try to sell it, because I don't own it and the game sees it as a rental, I'll leave it here. It doesn't come up. I can't repair, repaint, customize. So, and that alone is enough for me to think that it's time to just kill this save, because at this point this save is bugged. Yeah. So I think we're gonna just gonna have to start over from scratch. So here's what I'm gonna do. Oops, I did not want to do that. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna have to start this whole thing over, man. Because that's broken, and I can't fix it. And I hope nothing like this happens again. I hope Giants has a patch coming out soon for some of this stuff. I'm gonna quit the game again, because that's a game breaking bug there. I can't continue on the game with that because there's a contract being counted in the background that I can't see that the game sees. So that's going to be an issue with that contract screen. I don't know if I encounter that again, what I'm going to do. I just need to make sure that I'm not canceling any contracts because canceling contracts seems to be broken in certain aspects in the game. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start a new save game. I'm not going to delete that one just yet. We're going to still do Riverbends. We're going to still use the same start money. We're going to do economic difficulty normal, start farm. We're going to skip the guided tour this time. So we want the guided intro tour to no. But we do want the start farm. So then we do want to bring those mods into it. Alright, and I know this is a little bit frustrating, guys, but it's just one of those things I've run into. These are some of the issues that you have when game launches. It's a little bit disappointing that I've encountered a big one right now, but I know other guys have also been running into different issues. I know I've been seeing a lot of reports on PS5 when the game is crashing a lot. Fortunately, I haven't experienced that issue. I'm playing on Xbox Series X. I haven't encountered too many crashes at all, and I'm happy with my character, so we are where he's at. I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. First thing I want to do is tab down to my game settings and make sure we have that where we want it at. First thing I want to do is rename my save game. This is which I'll do Twitch Live. And I'm going to call this Reboot. Because that's kind of what it is. We're going to go turn autosave off. Time scale was set to 3x for now. We'll bump it up to 5 if needed. Traffic on. Seasons, want to keep seasons, 2-day months. Fixed visual months off. Snow on. Crop destruction on. Plowing on. Field stones on. Lime on. Weeds on. Disasters enabled for now. I haven't experienced that yet, so I don't know if that's something I might want to mess with or not. So for now, we'll leave it on. Dirt, normal, automatic engine start on, stop and go braking on, trailer fuel limit, we'll keep that on for now. Fuel usage normal, AI, workers, we want all of those off. Off. Okay. Then we go to general settings, help window on, colorblind mode off. So we get the zone markers on, info triggers on, field info on, and we already got the money use set to the US dollar. Radio off. Don't want to run into any copyright issues there. The game doesn't use copyrighted music, thankfully, but we still just kind of want to keep that out there just in case. Keep that music off. All right. So all that looks good. Sound levels are fine. Keep all this at the defaults. So previous menu. And let's go ahead and do that save with those settings. All right. And now we got a couple of contracts starting off. We got a mowing contract from Walter and fertilizing. Oh, we just had another one pop up. So now we got a fertilizing contract for $7,000. That's a big boy. So we do want to kind of go ahead and jump on that. I'm kind of worried about contracts now. But we're going to go ahead and do the borrow items on that one. In fact, we're going to take all three that we have here. All right, so this is our reboot. We already kind of in previous episodes, the previous two episodes, kind of went through the tutorial and talked to the guys, the NPCs, and did a little bit of the tutorial stuff. But now we're actually going to go through some of that now, the contracts. But before I get started on the contracts, I want to see what our situation is on our main farm and what we can do on our main farm with our own fields. So we have these fields that we own. This is the main farm here, field 1, and then we own 2, 3, 4, and 5, which are all right in this general area here where we're at. So we're going to go over to, we have 2 fields that are immediately ready to harvest. So we have field 4 that we don't have anything going on there. But field 2 is already harvested. So let's go ahead and set up our contracts, and then we could do the harvest on fields 3, 4, and 5. But first, let's go ahead locate our harvester. All right, and I got the beacons on for the harvester, and we're right in front of 3, 4, and 5. So we want to go to 3 first. Attach. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do field 3 right now. So we're going to drive over to 3 and get our harvester set up. Kind of, oops, well, we have crop construction turned on, so that's a big no-no. Oops. Alright, but this field, let's look at the field info here. This is a field 3 is owned by me. It's a wheat field. It's ready to harvest. The yield bonus is 22% right now. Also note it indicates that we need lime and plowing. We'll adjust those down the line, but right now let's go ahead and get the harvest out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and hire a worker for that. And let the worker kind of parse that out. And while the worker's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get set up for our contracts. We have 2 fertilizing contracts. We need to get the materials for those contracts. So let's go to consumables, and we're gonna order a pallet of solid fertilizer. I'm only gonna do 1. I don't want to overbuy because that will cut into my potential profits. So let's see how much this gets us. That's 1,000 liters. All right, 38 is 10 acres. So just in case, we're going to go ahead and do 2. But I'm not doing more than 2. And if I miss on that, I miss. Alright, so alright, so I got that. I figured out how to turn the hazard light on. It's right bumper and then up on the D-pad. Alright, so where are we going? Field 38. So I need to look at the map. So let's see if we can get it to drive there. Set destination. Field 38. So we want to go here. So we got that worker driving to that location. So then we got another contract. This is also field work. And so we need to get another big bag of fertilizer. Alright, so there's that. And it'll keep some around for future contracts. And this contract is going where? This is farmland 90. Set destination, and farmland 90. Where's 90 at? Okay, I'm having trouble finding 90. I know I see it on the contracts map. I don't see it on the big map here. Alright, 70. Oh, there it is. Alright, so that guy is off to its location. And then finally we got a mowing contract. Let's go ahead and get him going. Alright, so 35, set destination. And we want to go to field 35. And set your destination here and here. I'll say here. Alright, hire your AI worker. Alright, so we got everybody going now, kinda. So we got our three maximum contracts. Got our workers going, harvesters is getting pretty full, so let's hop over to one of our tractors here. Alright, this guy looks like he's kind of stuck here. Let's see. He's going. We're still stuck here. So let's dismiss this guy because he got stuck in a weird spot there. Alright, so let's now turn him back on, and we're going back to set destination. Alright, so there's your 35. Alright, so this guy seems to be happy. Contract on 38 is going, 36% full. What's going on with this guy? Is he already where he needs to be? He is. So we can go ahead and kind of fire him up. Hire a worker. And that one's going. Alright, so we're kind of testing out the worker AI now a little bit now. And hopefully we won't run into any major contract defects or issues this time through. And definitely don't want to run into the game save breaking issues. This is something I talked about in the previous series before, that I hope they would add to 25, was the ability to have multiple game saves on a map. And that's the reason why, because when you save the game in a corrupt state, if you will, then you lose that whole game if you don't correct that issue. And PC players have different ways they can work around a bad save, but on console we're stuck with what we got because we don't have those workarounds available to us. And that's in effect why I had to kind of reboot or restart that whole save, even though I haven't deleted it yet, because I may still come back to it and see if there is anything I can do to kind of resolve that. If I do, when we come back on the next episode, I'll either pick up from there if I'm able to come to some kind of resolution, if I find anything out online or I can clear some of those issues, or if not, we'll just continue on this new save file that we have created. And we're going to go ahead and fire up the AI worker here. see what our workers are doing. Our harvester is 67% full. And man, look at those graphics, man. To me, this game looks better than Farming Simulator 22. This is not a Farming Simulator 22 reskin by any means. This is something entirely different. This game looks great, in my humble opinion. You know, I've seen some guys online kind of bashing that, but I don't agree with what some of the folks have been saying online. You know, this game looks much better than Farming Simulator 22, in my humble opinion. And one of the things I want to do while I'm in here, I don't know the shortcuts to make the UI disappear yet. Let's see, there's the drills, talking about view. I don't know the shortcut to hide the AI. I can toggle map view. Okay, what happened to this guy? I'm not sure. Because he still has solid fertilizer. Alright, we had something weird happen with the contracts again, didn't we? Alright, let's go see. Oh. It says it's completed. Okay. So we'll go ahead and collect that one. Alright, and we got a bunch of new contracts now, so we can kind of jump around and see what else we might have. There's a weeding, 6,000. We got a wood transport for 10 grand. Given what happened with the other one I had earlier, I think I'll test that one off camera. Don't want to do that on the live, but you see what the equipment is. You have with that one, that's maybe I will go ahead and do that one, because I did kind of want to show off that I do not know how to kind of operate the forks on that, but it just takes a while, and I don't think that would be something that's that interesting to watch on a live. That's all. But we will go ahead and do this $6,000 weeding contract. Pick that one up. Uh-oh. Looks like our little Vario is out of fertilizer. And we got 82% through. Well, that kind of sucks. So we got to go all the way back to the shop to get fertilizer to come and finish this contract up. So I don't know why they would give us the adequate equipment to finish the contract that we have on hand. That kind of sucks. So. Alright, so that little guy's headed back to the shop. Picked up another contract there. go ahead and get this. And this is the Einbach Pneumatic Star Pro 1200. We got that. Does this one give us a weight too? Nope. So, and where are we going for this one? We are going. This is a weeding contract, and we're going to field 87. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And again, we're just going to kind of have the AI worker kind of drive there. I'll go ahead and turn my beacons on. Let's go to map view and set destination. And we want to go to 87. And there's a road right by there on 87. So we can just kind of come this way. So we'll just do it there. Orientation that way. And he should be on his way. Alright, harvest is full. So we need to hop into one of our tractors on the farm. Got a cultivator attached there. We need our, where's our trailer at? On the main farm, I do not know. Right at the top of the dome. So we have to kind of find that. And we'll get everything unloaded here. Where's our trailer hiding at? Oh, we had a bag of fertilizer here. I didn't even know that. I have no idea where our trailer is. Not in there. Bear with me, guys, while I get this all figured out. Where's our... Do we have a trailer? Pretty sure we do. We got a cultivator planter. Where's all the sheds at? Nothing there. Another shed here. There you are. Alright, so we have a straw swath, so at some point we're going to have to lease a piece of equipment because we don't own a baler right now, so we're going to have to lease a baler and go ahead and get the straw, or we can lease a forage wagon and get the loose material up that way. Two different ways I can work that. Baler would be cheaper, but then I also got to look into a baler and a bale trailer and all of those things. So it may be more prudent to get the forage wagon and keep the material in the forage wagon. That depends on how much. We got 2 fields of straw though, so I don't know how much straw that is altogether. So oops, and I forgot we have crop destruction turned on, so I'm just doing a whole lot of damage here. Don't have a narrow tires, doing that good stuff, so that was not a good thing there. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and put this material in our farm silos for now, and we'll look at later on taking this material to market and selling it once the market has the best prices for us to sell it. And we'll take a peek at that now. This is wheat. First, let's go here and unload in our silos. think that may even be a good screenshot right here. Let's see here. I would really like to, well, let me let Walter get out. And he's going to stand in front of the tractor here. And like Walter, excuse me, this is Bose 831 Gaming avatar. Let me see if I can get him positioned properly. And then move the camera around and then zoom out. And there we go. And that's a good screenshot right there. So we'll go ahead and capture that screenshot for tonight's live. All right. Now we can get back to what we were doing. So coming up close to the wrap up for tonight's episode. Got about in the last 30 minutes of tonight's live. It has not been without issues for sure, but that's part of the process of learning the game as well. Sure that we're not in the way with the harvester there. Alright, so we did have a worker that indicated he finished his task. That was this guy. So we can go ahead and grab another load of fertilizer. And hopefully that will be enough this time to finish the contract. It's really kind of unfortunate that they give us this tiny little tractor and spreader for that contract. I mean, you don't even have enough equipment to finish the contract for the size field in the particular contract, so I don't know what's up with that. Don't like it. Set destination. Back to field 90. Set a target location, target rotation. Boom. And he's off. Alright, looks like this guy is done. So let's go to active contracts. That's completed. And we're going to go ahead and collect the mowing contract. Return everything to the shop. So now we go to our balance. We are up to $101,686. Alright. Now going back to our map. We're on field 87. Let's go. Unfold our equipment. And this is a weeding contract. We hire a worker for this. Doesn't look like it. Well, the problem is there anything on the UI that shows us where the weeds is at so we know what we need to weed? I don't see anything. I don't, well, because I'm on the field now. Weed would normally be on this menu. Alright. So got it. So we just got to do this one manually, apparently. Our AI worker will not do the weed contract. It does not appear. Let's see if that's updating. Hotspots. Soil composition. Yeah. Yeah, so we got to do this type of contract manually, it appears. So that's going to take a little bit of time and effort. I did not realize as such taking that. So that's good to know for future reference. Maybe that's why this one kind of pays a little bit more. Oh well, it is what it is. But it's kind of interesting that your AI workers can work most other types of contracts, but why not this one, I wonder. Alright, and we got an AI worker J has completed their task, so I need to hop over real quick and see where worker J is at. I think that's this guy. Oh, no, could be this guy. And on this field, do I have any indicator to let me know so I can see what the progress is on the contract? I have nothing. So I don't know visually how I can tell what's been fertilized, what hasn't. So I'm just gonna run the fertilizer spreader on there and hire a worker, because I don't know what's what here. I have no way of visually being able to tell you where we're at, what needs to be done. Nothing. The filters don't show me anything, so there's that. Because if you flip through the filters, there's nothing. So on soil composition, on growth, so I don't know. Or even on the main crop type screen, that's just going to show the crop. So I don't know what's going on there. So I'm forced to use the AI worker in that scenario. Alright, going back to that menu, if we go to soil composition, you can at least see something on the weeding contract. So that's something to note, that Giants is going to need a patch for the game as well. The filters don't work like they should. At least in other previous versions of Farming Simulator 17, 19, and even 22. Even if you couldn't always see where you were as far as your progress in the contract on the filters, you could still visually see on the field, but it was hard to see, but you could see it. But I don't even have that information here. And I really don't understand why this type of contract cannot be performed by an AI worker. It seems like this would be perfectly suited for an AI worker. And here's where you run into that issue again, that where you can't easily see where you're at on the field. So it's kind of hard to know, okay, where I need to line up at for my next pass. And that's why we need to be able to have workers lined up, because they can line that up better than a human can, because I visually can't see in this field where the separation is for the weeds at all. I don't even see weeds on this field. And if you zoom in closer, can you see them? Okay, yeah, I do see them when I get closer. But they're down in there. That's hard to see. So that's tough, because when you back out, you don't see it. But if you get down to almost a granular level, you can kind of see weeds in between the crops there. Alright, so we got another pass done. But again, same issue. As I get turned around, I gotta kind of be careful about how I'm lining up, because it's hard to see when the line begins for the next pass. I hope I'm lined up right, but again, it's not easy to see. And let's bring the map back up. Oh, this weeder also does seeding, huh? Huh. It can plant canola, grass, oilseed radish. Huh. That's interesting. So not only weeds, it also plants. If you select only a few crops, but it does have the ability to plant or seed. So this is my only active contract now, and that's fine until I get this finished, because it's a one I have to do manually. Alright, and we're coming up on the final 15 minutes of tonight's episode. And it looks like I may end up finishing up here. We still have one other field to harvest on the main farm. Hold up, before we jump off, I might need to go ahead and address that situation. So here, let me finish this pass, and then we'll jump over to the main farm and see what we need to do there to keep that whole process going as well. Alright, so there's where I want to line up at. I need to kind of keep that point mentally and visually as we get this thing turned around. So there we go. Think I got it. I'm gonna come back through. Same deal. Don't know how straight I am. We still got a good ways to go. That's 36%. And I'll do one more pass, and then we'll hop over to the main farm. I just realized that the tractor that we're using for this contract is the Kubota. And this is one of my favorite brands in the game. And it goes back to my statement I was making earlier about my disappointment about how a lot of the equipment from previous versions of the game did not make it into the base game release. Again, Giants did indicate online or on social media that they just ran out of time to meet some of the requirements for release, but they will be releasing some of that missing equipment as mods in the mod hub for free in future releases. Just don't know when that's supposed to start happening because we haven't really seen anything yet. Alright, and see, we already have an issue where I'm missing parts of the field because I can't see where I've been and where I'm going. So that's a big point of a little bit of annoyance or aggravation for that, because at least, like I say, in other versions of the game, you'd have you could visually see the weeds when you back the camera out, or you see parts of the field that were darker or different stuff like that to kind of give you a loose visual indicator on where you might be at on the field. We're not getting any of that here now. 25, so I'm not a big fan of that. In fact, that makes it kind of harder. Like, I don't know how you're going to work some of these fertilizing contracts or situations if you can't see what you're doing clearly. So it's going to make it where you almost exclusively have to depend on AI workers to get that stuff done. Alright, and we're just about halfway through this contract. I thought this would be a quick one, but it turns out to be one of the more slower ones. But still not as bad as the root crop contracts, guys. I really don't want to send you through that torture, man. There's nothing like running a 1 meter wide implement over a field. I can't describe that experience to you. Just have to try it out yourself. Tell me how you like it. Another thing going on with me today I've been sick most of the day today. I haven't been feeling 100%. I've been trying to push through today. Went to my day job. Probably should have stayed out today, but I was just trying to kind of push through. But it was a tough day today. Still kind of tough. I've been taking medication. Been trying to push through, but I'm still not 100%. Yeah. Before I got on tonight, I even took a long nap, which is something I don't often do. But today I was just not feeling the best. Still not feeling the best, and just kind of out of it. So I just had to kind of get some rest in, additional rest, and try to see if I can kind of get what's ever going on with me out of the system. It's crazy because if you look at the field in front of you, you can clearly see the weeds in that field, but now why not this field? I guess it also has something to do with the growth state of the field, so maybe that's part of it as well. But you can see my problem here is like because I can't see what's happening. As you can see, all this stuff I'm missing, and if I gotta come back and hit that stuff to finish up the contract, that's going to be problematic for me. And it looks like, as you can see, 7 miles an hour. That's such a high rate of speed. I'd be glad. It'll probably be cool as the mods start to come in and we get some fast farming mods so we can speed a lot of this stuff up. And really, it's been like this with Farming Simulator for the last few releases because I've been through a couple of them now. When these games first drop, it's like working out the bugs and waiting on the mods to finally start to come consistently. Giant still hasn't released the Giant's editor yet, so we're still not going to get a lot of mods yet until the editor is out. The Giant's editor is out, and then we'll start seeing stuff come in on a more regular basis once the Giant's editor releases. But they'll probably do a big game patch before then. I think they did do a little bit of one today, from what I understand, but I don't know if that was just on PC. And we're still waiting on the console release for that. I'm really trying to quickly try to push through this weeding contract and see if I can get it knocked out before we jump off tonight. It doesn't look like we're going to make it, but I gave it the old college try. So there's that. Looks like we're going to get close, but we're running out of time. Down to the last 5 minutes for tonight. And once I get to the top here, we are gonna jump over to the main farm and then go ahead and close out tonight's episode when we do our outro. But I guess I can go ahead and get that started now. First of all, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking me out tonight. Your patronage is greatly appreciated. I hope you continue to tune in and watch me through some of my lows and my highs. You got a little mix of all of that today. But stay tuned. We're gonna keep this thing going, and looking forward to discovering all the different features of Farming Simulator 25. And I hope you'll come back here to discover some of that with me. I'm Bose831 Gaming on most of your social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. I'm also on this other app that I've been using that I'm also an investor in, on Fanbase. Right now I'm still working on how I'm going to get my content up there, because that app is a strictly phone, well, not strictly, but almost phone-based app. So I don't know, because I'm not keen on uploading my content from the phone, because it's too many steps for me. Because if I got to download it to the phone and then upload it to the site, that's just too many steps. So, but I'll get that figured out. But wherever you're running across my content at, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you like, let me know what you love, let me know what you don't. But in either case, let me know. That's the only way I can get better and also give you the content that you want to see. Alright, so let's hop over to the main farm. Let's fire up that harvester. Because we have one other field here that needs to be harvested on the main farm. Harvested on the main farm, I should say. First, let's go ahead and unload, because that way we just go ahead and get that out of the way now as we're passing through. And I got to do some brainstorming on how I want to handle the straw that we have on the field. Because I'm going to get straw from both of these fields, I believe. I think both of these fields are wheat. Let's see. This one's canola. My mistake. So it's a good thing that I did unload. These are two different crops. Alright, so we got one wheat field, one canola, one field that needs to be plowed. Yes, I think it does. Let's go hop back out and check that out real quick, actually. Alright, this farmland 4, it's owned by me. It's not fertilized, needs lime and plowing. So we're going to do all of that. We're going to, in fact, after we've already once we get the straw off of field 3, we're going to come through. We're going to plow all of these fields, all 3, 4, actually 3, 4, and 5, and 2 eventually. I don't know what's going on with field 2. 2 has barley on it, so we're going to do barley. Field 2, I don't know what's going on with field 2. Have to look at that too. I think field 2 is harvested as well. So all of these fields, we're going to get them all plowed. We're going to get the lime down. We have to do stones when we plow. So we get all that field work done and then figure out what crops we're going to put on these fields again, right? Because right now we got wheat. 2 crops that we have are wheat, barley, and canola, it looks like. But the barley field has already been harvested, so that's done. We got a contract over here we didn't go ahead and complete, so we'll go ahead and collect that one. And that gives our balance the whopping $103,506. And that's where, looks like what we're looking at on time. We're down to the last minute tonight. So we're going to probably go ahead and wrap it up there. Let's go ahead and get our harvester going. Got some AI workers. I'm going to harvest this particular field now. And we'll go ahead and get that done, finished up off camera. Whatever I decide to do off camera and such, I'll go ahead and when we come in on the next episode, I'll let you know what stuff we've done off camera, and we'll get up to speed and kind of take it from there. We'll try not to do a whole lot, but there are some things that I am going to do off camera between episodes, but I'll let you know when we come back in. But right now, I want to thank you for tuning in, checking me out tonight. You've been tuning into another episode of OZ831 Gaming, live on Twitch. Farming Simulator 25 base game edition, and I also have the year 1 season pass installed. That's where we're at tonight. It's been fun, in spite of the highs and the lows and all the things that happened tonight. And we'll see where we're at on the next episode. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone. Go ahead and save the game. I definitely want to go ahead and do that as well, because I like where we're at, and then just in case something crazy happens in between then and now. And let's go ahead and